G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Drumgold from the website kangaroocourtofaustralia.com. Now, I've just published an article on my website and it's titled Bruce Lehrmann would have been found guilty of raping Brittany Higgins except for one juror, Shane Drumgold SC told Inquiry. Another Joe's jury, ? Now, that's published on my website on the 14th of May and it's pretty self-explanatory. And you're about to see the video of Shane Drumgold on Wednesday, the 10th of May, telling the ACT inquiry into the police cover-up of the alleged rape, that he believed 11 out of the 12 jurors would have found Bruce Lehrmann guilty. Now, he said that on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, the 11th of May, he was asked by his own barrister to sort of repeat that. His own barrister was questioning him on the Thursday. On the previous day, it was a counsel assisting the inquiry who asked Shane Drumgold a question and he answered, and that was part of his answer. So we'll listen to that video now from Wednesday the 11th. And I've left a bit of the first part of the video in instead of editing it right down, just to give it some background and some context of why he said it.
So you're there referring to the 26th of October, after which, as I understand it, the jury had been deliberating for 5 complete sitting days. What do you mean by 5 complete sitting days? Just court days?
5 court days.
Okay. And you say you'd given thought to the steps that you might take in the event of a hung jury.
Yes.
What were those thoughts and had you taken any steps at that stage?
No, I had started to think about the retrial, whether or not there would be a retrial. And there's another test. So there's the reasonable prospects of conviction test and the public interest test, but then there's another test in there that relates to retrials. And I had made observations of the jury and observations of the evidence, and I had started to turn my mind to, if the jury did come back and say that they couldn't reach a unanimous verdict, whether or not I was satisfied that it should be rerun.
Why were you making observations of the jury?
Because I'm a lawyer. That's my job.
How was that relevant to the question of a retrial?
Well, because I noticed things in the jury that suggested that there was one person who was not in favour of the others.
You were reading the jury and doing the best we
doing
can.
My best to read
we try
the
to
jury.
do these things.
That's right.
They're silent, so you do the best you
They
can.
are.
But what you're saying is that your reading of the jury was that, but for one jury, you were likely to get a conviction. That's what you thought at the time.
That was my.
Mm.
Now, we'll listen to the video from Thursday, the 11th of May, when his own barrister, Mark Tedeschi, asked him to sort of expand on what he'd been asked the day before, because the day before he just said he thought 11 of the 12 jurors would find Bruce Lehrmann guilty. But when he was asked by his own barrister the following day, he expanded on it and said, well, that's the same juror who caused a mistrial, caused a trial to be aborted. So let's listen to that video now.
You're asked a number of questions about your initial decision to go to retrial, and you explained that it was an initial decision so that you could get the first available date and that it was always subject to review.
Yes.
You told the inquiry that one of the reasons why you made that initial decision to go to retrial was because you had made an assessment from your observations in court.
Yes.
That there was one juror who was holding out and that the rest of the jury, you thought, your impression was the rest of the jury were inclined to convict. Is that right?
That was a conclusion that I had reached.
And you also gave evidence that the jury was eventually discharged for the misconduct of a juror.
Yes.
Was that the same juror that you perceived had been holding out?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, as I say in the title, is that another Joe's jury? ? Now, that's an infamous judgment in Queensland from 1991 where the former Premier Joe Peterson managed to get off a perjury charge because 2 of the jurors wouldn't find him guilty. And it turns out one of the jurors was a National Party member himself. Joe Bialka-Peterson was a National Party member. So I'll expand on that more in the article, and you click on the links and you can read about that. And the point to it is that in political matters, if it was a stitch-up, if that juror in the Lehrmann trial was rigged or he was tapped on the shoulder, it wouldn't be a first time. So the jury's conduct in the Lehrmann matter needs investigating separately by itself. It needs its own inquiry. Anyhow, make sure you visit my website, Kangaroo Court of Australia, read that article, be further information on where the inquiry is currently at, and address some of the other issues that have been raised during the week at the inquiry. And you might want to read my previous article, which is in relation to the media attacking Brittany Higgins based on frivolous lies, rumours, unverified rumours, and that's well worth reading. A lot of the information you read on my website, you won't read anywhere else. That's because Kangaroo Court of Australia is independent media. I publish a website, YouTube channel, Facebook page, and Twitter account, and I'm relying on donations to keep on publishing, so please support my Patreon account. I'm currently sitting on 228 supporters, donating $1,347 a month. The ultimate target is to get to 1,000 supporters, but if I could get to 500 supporters in the next couple of months, that'd be great. You can donate any amount, $3, $5, $10, $15, $20, $50 a month, whatever suits your budget. It all helps out. And please share this video on Facebook and Twitter, etc. Thank you for your time and have a good day.